Y'all, welcome to the 50th, the 50th Snarky in the Suburbs podcast. Y'all, I can't believe I have 50 podcasts because quite frankly, I thought that, maybe I'd do it a couple times, see what happened, and then quit. But no, we've made it to 50. That is amazing. Thanks to everyone that's listening. So if you're listening right now, the biggest of thank yous I'm extending to you. Okay, today in the pod, so I got a Dear Snarky letter. A lot of letters, a lot don't make it on social media, don't make it on my podcast. And I answered this woman's letter, and then it's been bugging me because I think I gave her the wrong advice. It's a really long letter, like really long. So I guess I'll read bits and pieces of it. And I'll tell you what advice I gave her, and then we can work out if it was the wrong advice. I don't think I was nice enough. So anywho, then I don't have a peeve. I've just got a bunch of observations. So it's going to be, I'm going to call it observation heavy with just a side of peeve, an overlaying of peeve. And then the confession from the Snarky Confessional is mum's the word. And I don't mean mum as in mom or mommy or mother. I mean mum as in the flower. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, first, as always, the letter. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to read parts of this letter. It's way too long for me to read the whole thing. Okay, here we go. Dear Snarky, my mom, aged in her mid-70s, is a very active and fairly healthy woman. But a few days ago, she had a fainting spell at a volunteer job and fell and hit her head. She was unconscious for a few minutes. Fortunately, she hit some boxes on the way down and not the concrete floor. She was also fortunate that there was a nurse on staff who helped her and called the EMTs. By the time I got to her, she was looking all right except for the bump on her head. She declined a trip to the hospital even though the EMTs and the nurse and I all thought she should go in for observation. So I drove her home with the expectation of staying the night to make sure she was okay. She was not happy about the idea of leaving her car overnight at her volunteer job, yet everyone told her it was fine. On the drive home, my mom said she was determined to go to her other volunteer job in the morning and teach senior exercises. I firmly told her that she needed to take it easy and go to the doctor the next day instead of keeping her normal schedule, and that everyone would be understanding. Well, that set her off. She was not happy about me suddenly being bossy, which I can understand, but as her only child that lives close to her, I feel a sense of duty to take care of her, especially since our father died a few years ago. The argument continued after I got home. I got her home. She wouldn't let me help her with dinner and shooed me out the door. Oh, I think we're all familiar with the mom shoo. Shoo, shoo, shoo. I myself still shoo my children. I even offered for her to come back with me and have dinner with me and my kids at my house, but she didn't want to do that either. Overall, I left on bad terms. Confused. She wanted to move closer so I could take care of her, but she doesn't want anyone fussing over her. How can I take care of her if she won't let me? But things didn't end there. Later that night, I noticed on an app that we all share that shows our locations of her going back to where she had left the car. She'd gotten a friend to drive her back to fetch her car, and the next day she went volunteering and taught senior exercises. I feel deceived and hurt. She went behind my back. I already have a teenager, I don't need two, and my teen is far better behaved than her grandmother! Exclamation point. I told her how it made me feel, but she laughed it off. I told her that I'm worried about her fainting and getting hurt again, and the next time it could be a bigger deal. Her response was practically suicidal, saying, "Good, I hope so. I'm ready to meet Jesus." I'm sorry. I know so many women, older women, that say that. I don't know what to make of all this and worry that our relationship is permanently damaged. It is her nature to give me the silent treatment when she disapproves of my behavior, which only makes me more worried that something will happen. And now I won't have a way of knowing. What should I do? Signed, sincerely feeling insignificant. So I read that and it really resonated with me. Because with my parents and with my mother-in-law, who's in her 90s and still lives alone, you can't tell your parents anything. And so what I told her is the only thing you can do is be there when she needs you. At this point, she's not willing to give up 1 ounce of her independence. And if you try to force her to, she's going to dig her heels in more. You're very lucky that your mom is healthy, still physically active, and has a sharp mind. I can tell you the one thing she doesn't want, and it's for her daughter to tell her what to do. She doesn't want to be treated like a child or compared to your teenage daughter. I suggest letting your mom live her life and know that she will ask for help when she needs it. Until that time comes, I would enjoy her company, admire her independence, thank God for her good health, and butt out. Your mom is not trying to, quote, deceive you. She's just doing exactly what she wants. And as long as she's an adult that's fully compos mentis, that is her right. Instead of feeling insignificant, count your blessings. A lot of us would love to have our aging parents as vibrant as your mother. So I sent that to her, and then y'all, not an hour later, I started feeling badly. Because here's what happened. I started thinking that the mom hit her head. And I'm thinking, well, if you hit your head, you probably shouldn't be driving your car. So she shouldn't have done that. Her daughter sounds really nice. And then I sounded like I was mean to her. But it triggered something in me. And as I was saying, with aging parents, they value more than anything else besides their health is their independence. They want to stay independent as long as possible. And they don't want their kids telling them what to do. A parent does not want to be treated like a child. They find that very insulting. Even when your parent needs you, you can't talk to your parent like they're a child. You have to respect them and talk to them, as the parent they are, with a lot of respect. And I truly believe if the mom is fully compos mentis, the mom gets to do what she wants, unless you want to drag her into court and, have her declared, not of right mind and then take over her life. But she gets to do what she wants. But then I'm worried, well, why was she driving a car? She could have an accident and hurt somebody. So I was all just aflutter over my advice. And I think what it triggered in me, I'm not even that old. To me, I'm not that old. Technically, in a mere 6 months, I will meet the American Medical Association definition of elderly. Thank you. But even when my daughter doesn't do this, but my son, my daughter, I don't know. My son, who's 29, I see it more in him. Rarely does this, but he'll question my judgment about something. Well, Mom, are you sure you heard that right? I'm like, excuse me. You don't like someone telling you you're wrong and horning in on your territory when you still feel like you could kick their butt. Sorry. I will challenge either of my kids to a butt-kicking contest. Not that I would win. I don't know, y'all. I've been swimming a lot. Am I Pilates? Please. Maybe I would win. I don't know. Probably not. But the point is, you can't tell your parents what to do because they will dig in their heels. Gosh, I wish my parents were still alive. And when they were in their 70s, because they died before they were 80, that they were teaching a senior fitness class and doing volunteering and all that stuff. I do agree the mom probably needs to go to her, general practitioner, her, physician, and go, I fainted, blood pressure okay, do we need to recheck my meds? That probably needs to happen. But she could have got lightheaded, bending over. That still happens to me. I asked my doctor, why do I get lightheaded now sometimes when I bend over? And she goes, and I come up real quick. And she goes, it's your vagus nerve. As you get older, it's more sensitive. I'm like, well, great, because I'm almost elderly. So I don't know. Counsel me in the comments. Was I rude? Is this daughter right? Y'all, because I'm getting up there, do not, how do I say it? Infantized, whatever. You know the word. Your parents, especially if you want your parents to do something, you don't go in there treating them like a child. You go in there treating them like an authority figure with respect. And that's how you move your parents along. Not by comparing them to a teenager and saying your teenager behaves better. So I don't know. I think, it's hard. It's hard dealing with aging parents. I know it will be hard for my children. My husband and I, with a trust and all that kind of stuff and everything written out, are trying to make that easier for them. But I don't know. Help me out. Was I too harsh? Was this woman, I'm not saying she was in the wrong. I'm just saying, there are ways to get what you want out of your parents. And as someone that's had to do that, that's not the way. And my mother-in-law, as you know, I've talked about her a little bit in social media, but we're not doing that right now, okay? She's in her 90s, still lives alone. My husband and I worry about her constantly. But you know what? We've toured like apartments, all this kind of stuff. And her home, it's one level, thank God, but it's full of ceramic tile. If she takes a header, that's it. That's it. So we worry about like a slip and fall, anything. But she's staying in that house. I mean, she is determined to die in that house. She does not want to go to any kind of, not even assisted living, but like they check on you, but you've got your own place. It's an apartment, whatever. She's not going to do it. And you know what? To get her to do it, we'd have to take her to court. But she's fully compos mentis. That woman is sharp as a tack. I mean, just can't do it. So you have to treat her with respect. Although you worry a lot. I mean, my husband worries a whole lot more than me, but you just worry, and then I worry about my husband worrying. I mean, it's just a lot on him. So there's that. But let me know in the comments, was I too harsh? What advice? Let's not criticize me. Let's back that up. What advice would you give this woman? Let's do that. I don't want to read a bunch of comments about how I suck. But if you feel you must, then by all means do it. What advice? Because that's a sticky situation. But you got to work out a plan. You got to have a plan, and you got to tell yourself, my parent is not a child. They are an adult. They are my parents. They still get respect, and I will not talk to them like a child, and I will not treat them like a child. Okay. Am I wrong? I don't think so. Okay, that's that. All right, now moving on to my observation/peeves. This is a more maybe of a peeve. So a lot of people on my social media, specifically TikTok, have been reaching out to me and letting me know that like various accounts are stealing my content. I mean, they're just reposting it. What they'll do is take me out, put me in front of a green screen, and then put like clouds or palm trees behind me or something. So, they would just like cut me out, reposting all my content, getting a lot of followers. I can't see it because of course they blocked me, and then they're copying me under like another account or something. I don't know. I don't know how that works. So people are like, oh, they're copying your account. You should watermark it, trademark it, whatever. So I reached out to my daughter, the social media guru, the person that told me, get on TikTok, start posting on Instagram, and do a podcast. I go, what do I do? She goes, you ignore it. She goes, it is like whack-a-mole. She goes, TikTok doesn't care. You can fill out all that TikTok like work or whatever, and then as soon as you get that one gone, another one's going to pop up. She goes, it's a waste of time. She goes, it happens. They don't care. You just got to go with it. She goes, once you hit a certain follower count, and I'm like a micro follower account. I mean, move on to the bigger ones, okay? Move on over. She's like, it's just a waste of time. She just got to go with it. So I took her advice, and like not 2 days after she told me that, I saw that another account was like taking, because it's like account ZY2XZ, I don't know. And then another account was taking ZX2YZs and was like reposting it. So it's just, I'm just going to call it's the circle of life. But it's very peevish. And, because people are watching it and it's your stuff and they're making money. They're in the program where you can make money. What's that called? Creator Marketplace program. I don't know. It's peevish. Now I'm over it. Which is why it's not a full peeve. It's a peeve/observation. But people like, oh my God, they're stealing your content. And I tell them, I go, you know what? TikTok doesn't really care. And the best thing you can do is in the comments say, this is stolen content, and, link back to me. Because I have found myself watching stolen content before. Like there was this woman who's like shaved sheep. It was fascinating. I couldn't stop watching it. And then I saw in the comments that it was stolen. So then I immediately clicked on the right one and started following that. But and then there was this doctor. She's a pediatrician in Florida. She gives really good advice. I think Dr. Beach Gym or something. Someone was ripping her off. A couple of people were. And I was like, oh my God, no, it's not the real Dr. Beach Gym. And then you make sure you block the fake accounts. And you make sure you follow that one. Whatever. So basically, that's it's control you have. You just hope people in the comments say, this is stolen genius. Kidding. You should follow this account. So yeah, that's so frustrating. Hold on. I got to get a McDonald's Diet Coke sip. Oh, sidebar, because it wouldn't be a Snarky in the Suburbs podcast without a sidebar. Easily distracted. Okay, that should be my biography. So I just read that soda, specifically Diet Coke, my angel, my baby, now leads to fatty liver disease. It's horrible for you. Even one Diet Coke a day can give you fatty liver disease. And so you know what I did? I went to my patient portal because I just went to the doctor in June. And you know how they leave all that stuff on? So I checked my results, which I had looked at in June. And I'm like, oh my God, do I have fatty liver? No. So you know what I did? Got myself a Diet Coke. Yeah, my liver stuff looked good. Not to brag, but it looked good. Okay, so where was I? Oh, I was about my peeve observation about people copying me. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. It's like bad. It's frustrating. It's scary about AI because when they talk about AI can suck up anything they want and it's your content. It's scary. Like, what is going to be yours? Or you just throw stuff out there and anybody can get it. It's like really scary. I still feel safe with my books, like the old school media, like with my books, it has copyright all over it, all that kind of stuff. It's registered, but I don't know. It makes me really want to lean into my books. And, oh gosh. Okay. Another sidebar, y'all. Sorry. I have a list of things to talk about, but why do I make it? Because it's just ping pong. Okay. So I've really been working on my book. And it's scary because I haven't written a book in 2 years. And then you just wonder, are you, not that I'm some great talent, okay? But are you still decent? Can you still write a good book? Are you still funny? Can you still tell a compelling story that people will enjoy reading? I don't know. I was writing yesterday, I stopped and then I read everything I'd written. And then I don't know if it's crap. It's really scary. I'm thinking I may need to have some focus groups, beta test the book, send it out to some people and get their feedback. But then that scares me too. So I don't know. Weigh in on that because, I'm like, ugh, because you're aging, okay, and you just don't want to lose a step. And I go, have I lost a step? Parts of it I thought were okay, you're in the rhythm there. It's good. And then other parts I'm like, oh, is that too much dialogue? I don't know. Beta testing. What do you think? And you kind of want to send it out. I would want to send it out just unedited just to get it out there before it's been edited, so you can early, make corrections, early on, instead of sending out a whole book and going, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. And you're like, okay, it's too late, bitch. That book will never get out if I have to make all these corrections. So I don't know. Think about that. If you have a thought, leave it in the comments. Okay, my next observation is, y'all, this is funny. So I've been getting these emails. Okay, I've gotten 3 emails. Okay, I haven't been I haven't gotten a deluge from this company that does retreats for quote influencers. I don't like the word influencer, and anybody that thinks I'm an influencer it's hysterical. But anyways, it's from a bot. Come on. So probably a bot that's copying all my content. And so they're like, oh, you could do a Snarky in the Suburbs retreat of like-minded, blah, blah, blah. There is no world in which I can imagine having a Snarky squad, if you will, retreat, charging people money to come to said retreat, okay? And they have to pay money to travel to said retreat. There is no world in which I would do that. Let me just tell you quite honestly, the amount of disappointment people would feel from meeting me for the first time, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. I would not want to disappoint people ever to that degree. And if they go, I paid money for this and that's this is Snarky, you would be so disappointed. I'm never going to do that to anybody. So just because I'm sure bots, I don't think I get an email now that's not from a bot. And this is a Dear Snarky letter. Maybe those are from bots. I don't know. I wrote back and I said that. I go, I can't imagine a world where anybody would pay money to see me, would spend vacation days to go to a Snarky retreat. And also the disappointment would be vast and overwhelming for everyone. And I go, and I can't do that to people. I like people too much. If people are going to spend money, spend it on the books. That's all I'm saying. We don't need to have some retreat. Would I be part of talking at a retreat? I don't know. Again, disappointment. I don't want to disappoint y'all. I don't. A couple of times, have I told you this story? Oh, well, you're hearing it again. Every podcast, if you don't want to hear a woman repeat herself, don't listen. Okay, so I was at an anthropology, and this woman's staring at me, and I'm thinking, does she think I look attractive? Because that's what I usually think when someone's staring at me. I'm like, attractive or repulsed? So, and I just smile back, and she goes, are you Snarky? And I'm like, indeed I am. And so we start talking, and she talks about her family and problems, blah, blah, blah. Very nice woman. Extremely nice. And I think she was actually from Illinois. She goes, I thought you lived in the Chicago area. I go, nope, here I am far away from Chicago. But anyways, she also looked, when she goes, "Are you snarky?" Vastly. I can't use the word vastly enough. I think this is the 10th time I've said it so far, and we're only 20 minutes into the podcast. Vastly, like, disappointed. Like, really? It's you? Okay. Yeah, so I can't do that to people. If meet me in the wild and you're still disappointed, I can't do it. I can't. You would be like, "I can't believe I wasted all this money." And then I would feel badly and I'd want to give you a bunch of free stuff. So it wouldn't be good. Anyway, so I wrote the company back and I told them that. I go, "There will be disappointment." And then the bot has not returned an email. I think that did the trick. They're like, "Yeah, she's onto something. Disappointment would reign." Oh my God. And one of them was an international retreat. Like, I'm not going to have anybody, forget the money, get their ass on a plane and have to be on a plane for that long to like come to some, no, are you kidding? They'd cry. The disappointment would be so overwhelming. There'd be tears. Not just like a weepy, but a huge, like, a bawling, almost hysterical, because they said, "What have I done? When's the next plane back to the United States?" That's what they'd be thinking. Okay, so that's never happened, but I thought that was hilarious. Okay, another thing, just a little peeve. I got my Food Network magazine. Y'all, I still love magazines, okay? I used to work for a magazine as managing editor. I love the feel of a magazine. I love to sit with a magazine. I love the 4-color photography. I love a magazine. Sure, I can read it online. I love a magazine. I love it. Have I transitioned to reading newspapers online? You betcha. But a magazine, I still want it, okay? So I subscribe to a bunch of magazines. And my husband's like, they have this on our Apple, Apple News, whatever, and then you can get all these magazines. I'm like, I don't care, okay? I'm getting my Southern Living, I got my Food Network, I got my House Beautiful, I got my Better Home and Gardens. I got a bunch. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And then I sit down with my stack of magazines and my favorite chair. It's so much fun. So anyways, I get Food Network. And sadly, magazines just go downhill. They've gone way downhill. And I do think bots. They're not even using interns. It's AI now writing these magazines or coming up with these stupid ideas. So in the latest edition of Food Network magazine, the November edition, the cover's awful. I forgot to bring it upstairs with me. It's a cranberry pie, but the pie's like pink. It doesn't say Thanksgiving, okay? Yuck. It's not an appetizing pink. So I was like, what were you doing, Food Network? Do better. So get the magazine, I'm reading it, and seeing if there's new recipes I want to try for Thanksgiving. There never is, because my family will be like, I don't like this mac and cheese, but this isn't the mac and cheese we had when I was in kindergarten. I can't do it. I can't veer. But, I'm not going to complain. It makes it easy. So it had a segment, like suggestions for Thanksgiving. Making candles out of your pumpkin pie can. Pumpkin pie comes in a can. Okay, I buy the Libby's. I could go generic, but I just like seeing the Libby's. And then once you make your pumpkin pie, you rinse out the can and you make a damn candle. Yeah, I have that kind of time. And it said you melt the wax and then how to put the wick in, and then you can add some scent. I'm like, who has time to reuse their pumpkin pie cans, okay, to make a candle when I can go to Trader Joe's and buy a really good apple scented candle or pumpkin and vanilla for $2.99? No, it's not going to happen. That can's just going to go in the recycler. Stupid ass stuff like this. Then they had dyeing napkins, like taking white cloth napkins and dyeing them. Again, who has the time? And it was like, you can hold the napkin, the white napkin, and then you dye it in one, kind of like the whole Easter egg thing when you're trying to do an ombre and do ombre napkins. Absolutely not. No, it's a time suck. It's ruining really nice white linen napkins that are not cheap. And you want to go with a white because you can bleach those. You can get any food stains out, you can attack if it gets grease on it. You can get it out, whatever. You don't want a tie-dye napkin. What kind of world is this bot living in? And what kind of world is a human that approved that to be put in the magazine? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Can I understand some little crafty person on social media and doing a little Instagram about that? Yeah, and I would keep on scrolling. I would be like, okay, I wish I had that much time. But some people are crafty. They love that. But taking up space in a magazine? No. What they should have done is focused on the cover and not had a pink pie on the cover for Thanksgiving. Just saying. Yeah, they've really gone downhill. And it makes me sad. One magazine that's improved greatly, though, I will say, is Better Homes and Garden. They must have got new editor, new people. It's a whole lot better. So I just think the whole Food Network, because I also get like House and Garden magazine, not House and Garden, HGTV magazine. Hold on a second, got to take a drink. Yeah, they've gone downhill. Yeah, they're just not as good. And I swear to you, if I see another HGTV magazine with a beach house, okay, like, and by that I mean white and beige, everything. And then even like even during the holidays, they'll have some white and beige beach decor, for the holiday decor. So your tree's like just beige. I'm crying. I have tears. I just know. Can't do it. Sick of that. So y'all, they need to pivot away from that. Immediately. And then the farmhouse is still around. I live in the Midwest, and you know what's funny? Is that everyone here is doing farmhouses. Like they're painting their house white. They're getting like the black windows, all that kind of stuff. When I walk my dog, I'm a peeper. I'll peep into people's houses. Not aggressively, but I'm walking down the street. I can turn my head left or right and look into someone's house. Okay? That's not peeping, is it? No, I'm on the street. And all the houses are white inside. And I'm like, okay, isn't the farmhouse thing like leaving? Isn't it gone? But where I live, it's just now like coming into style. I'm like, no, stop. Because that's really expensive. Painting a house is super expensive. Windows are really expensive. And then there's one house, two houses that I've like successfully peeped in because it was the evening lights were on. They have the all white kitchens with the dark, like black faucets and stuff, which is fine if that's your jam. I'm just telling you, that's kind of left the building. That said, I know my house is crazy. Look at this room, color everywhere. So who am I to criticize anybody's home decor choices? I'm not. Most people would walk in my home and go, God, this is giving me a headache. I have to turn around and leave. So, which is their right? Because I think you have to be raised with color to love color. You have to be used to it. And you have to have a husband that has no opinion because he's really smart. Yeah, you want to do that? That's great. I probably have shared this with you, but my husband and I got divorced, and we wouldn't. Forget about it. It's not going to happen. Like right before you're going to retire, get divorced, and then your income takes like a huge hit because now like you have to have 2 homes or whatever. No, it's never happening. So, and I mean it. People go, oh, never say never. No, it is never happening. Anyways, I would paint my bedroom pink. I would take that primary bedroom and I'd paint it pink, like a really light pink. I would go full 100% girly in that primary bedroom. Out of respect for him, I have not gone full 100. It's okay. It's pretty girly. But I have not gone like pink girly. Just going to say that. So, yeah, I would do that because I love color that much. Our bedroom has color in it, of course. It's not this blue. It's less green, but it's a really nice blue. It's a really nice blue-green. Very soothing. I enjoy it. Okay, enough about me. All right. My next thing I have to talk to you about is, are you ready? The Snarky Confession from the Snarky Confessional. And the reason I do this twice, I did it at the beginning, I'm doing it now, is because when I don't, people say you didn't do Snarky Confessional. I'm like, okay, I'm glad people like it. Because that is the only time in my life when I whisper is when I'm doing that. I am not a whisperer. My husband pointed that out to me the other day. He's like, you can't even whisper. I go, I can whisper. He goes, it's a stage whisper. You do not know how to do an authentic whisper. I had to agree with him. I think he's right. Okay, this is my confession. People, we're going to go back. We're going back to the 70s, okay? Late 70s, okay? It was 1979. No, 1978. It's 1978. And Texas girl. And people still think I live in Texas. Oh, another going off on a rant. Okay, so this woman, God love her, left a comment. And she goes, it was about when I complained about being hot. She goes, I don't think it's that you don't like the heat. I think it's you don't like Texas. What the hell? For someone to say, I don't like Texas. So I was nice. But I had to say, let me tell you something. Graduated college in Texas. Got married in Texas. My children were birthed on Texas soil. Okay? My parents are buried in Texas. I go, Texas made me who I am. I go, to say that I don't like Texas, It's like stabbed to the heart. I was upset. Okay, now back. Okay, so it's 1978. It is homecoming at my high school. And this is still a Texas tradition, okay? And it is a heinous tradition. And I want to just tell every Texas girl out there, I tried and I failed. And what I'm talking about is mums. Mum's the word. Okay, so when you go to homecoming, get these mums, these huge, gigantic mums. It's like a breastplate, okay? They're huge. They're bigger than whatever bra you're wearing, okay? They are huge. It's like the bigger the mom, the more popular you are, the more your date likes you. So, and they're just not like a huge flower, okay? A bunch of huge mums. It's like a mom, with so many ribbons and trinkets on it. It's like if you took every charm, like cheap charms, okay, plastic charms, dumped it out, and then someone just hot glued it all over a ribbon. Then there's glitter, because, you'll have your high school, like RHS, class of 79, all over in glitter. I mean, it doesn't matter what you wear, because for the whole entire night, you are carrying this huge mum around. It's like, you've seen those baby carriers? It's like you got a baby carrier. That's a mum. They are hideous colors. No. Mums are bad. I don't have mums. I will not plant mums, and if any, I will not have cut mums in my house or anything like that, because to me, it's like a funeral flower. And then I have these like huge homecoming mums, like, flashbacks. I can't do it. So I decided that I had a really cute outfit, really cute dress. I can't wear a mum. The mom's going to ruin my outfit. I'm taking a stand. Me, 17-year-old, Sherry Claypool at that time. I'm taking a stand. I told my mom, I am not wearing this mum. It's any mum. It's because the mum had not been purchased yet. This outfit is so cute. I'm not wearing a mum. And my mom's like, you go, do not wear a mum. She goes, they're disgusting. And so she was like, do it, but you'll be the only one there without a mum. And she's like, people are going to talk, and they're going to talk about your date. They're going to say why didn't you get her a mum? You got to think about that. It's going to be a reflection on your date. So I asked my date, my husband now, I don't want a mom, and it will save you a bunch of money. Even then, and he's a year behind me, so he's a year younger than me. Even then at 16, if he heard save money, he was all aboard. He said, works for me. People may judge you that I don't have a mom, like you're cheap or something. He goes, don't care, because he is. So I'm not wearing a mom. So I let everyone know, trying to start a movement, a no mom movement, people, trying to get everybody riled up, telling all these girls, hey, I am not wearing a gross mom because my outfit's too cute. And and it's gross and it's stupid and they're ugly. And if, they need to change the mom if they want girls to wear them. I'm just not doing it. So, people go, oh gosh, yeah, I don't want to wear one either. And it takes a ton of pins. Those huge, well, you guys probably don't remember, but diaper pins, they're huge when kids wore cloth diapers. I know some people still do or whatever. You have to pin it on with so many huge safety pins. You're poking huge holes in whatever outfit you're wearing. Who wants to do that? Not me. Okay, my dress was so cute. It was corduroy, but thin whale. It was this gorgeous blue. It had puff sleeves. No mum was going on that. So I thought I had riled up people, a group of girls had joined me and no moms. I was psyched. I could not wait to homecoming so I could see a section of moms. Imagine a section of the bleachers at the football game. No moms. We're making a statement. We will be making a statement. So people assured me, oh yeah, no mom. You can guess what happens. We get there. I'm the only one without a mom. I am mumless. I'm go to my, what happened? They go, well, my mom said, or I couldn't, or it would feel weird. I'm it feels joyous not to have the burden of a mom on my bosom. Okay? It feels amazing. And I felt let down. I was a little angry about them, but I proudly was mumless. And I'm telling you, I didn't even sit down. I was walking around showing people, I'm here and I'm without a mom. You suckers with your moms. You could have been on the No Mum campaign. You left that train behind. Left it behind. Then, fast forward 4 years, okay, I'm at Baylor University, and prepare to be shocked. I have to have a drink before I say this. It's shocking. I was Baylor homecoming queen. I don't know how. All right. I was nominated by my sorority. Clubs nominate people. So I was the Kappa Kappa Gamma representative for homecoming queen. So I was still a no mom girl. And I'm like, I'm not wearing a mom. I mean, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. And my mom that time, I'm telling mom I'm not wearing a mom. And she's like, I don't know, you're going to really like this Baylor. They're going to want you in a mom. It's homecoming. Like, I'm not doing it, Mom. Didn't do it my senior year in high school. I'm not doing it now. And she's like, okay. Okay. So I show up mumless. Okay. Still with my boyfriend, now husband. So he was used to me. He's like, I'm not getting you a mom. And I go, God, no. And he's like, hey, more money in my pocket. So, I show up, and apparently the word got out that I was not going to wear a mom. Guess what they had waiting for me when I showed up, because they had floats and I had to get on my float? Freaking mom. A freaking mom. I had to put it on. Talk about peer pressure. It's like I had no choice. Like, here's your mom. We're putting it on. So people were ratting me out. Don't appreciate that at all. I will say it's the loveliest of moms. So someone took notes. And like of all the moms, all the homecoming moms, it was the loveliest of moms. So if I had to wear a mom, this was a nice mom. And I wonder if my mom was behind that. I wonder if she made sure it wasn't gross. I don't know. To this day, I'm going to give her credit for that. And as I'm giving my mom credit for that, I hope nice things that happened in my daughter's life and she wondered how they happened. She just assumes it was me that did it. Yeah, that's how that should work. Okay. But anyways, that was my campaign to stamp out moms. Didn't happen. Did not happen. I'm seeing pictures on my social media of these high school girls with mums larger than their head. They've just gotten bigger. You think over time? Yeah, how many years ago was that? It was more than 40 years ago. So you think over time, the mums would be like, tastes change. The mums would have gotten smaller. Or maybe not even a mom. A lovely sunflower, perhaps. No, they've gotten even bigger. Stunned! People, you missed it. 40-something years ago, you should have followed me in the No Mom campaign. That's what I'm saying. Missed opportunity, and you're still stuck wearing moms. So, if any young woman out there wants to pick up the gauntlet that I dropped and, do no moms, that would be great. Now, I love a florist. I want florists to stay in business. I'm not saying don't wear something lovely. I'm just saying let's reimagine this whole homecoming flower thing. That's all I'm saying. Because I still want florists, to make their money. I mean, they depend on the mom business. I'm sure it's great for them. But yeah, the mom, oh my God. Like, where else do other states wear moms? I don't know. In Texas, though, what's the saying in Texas? Higher the hair, the closer to God. I guess the bigger the mom, the closer to God. I don't know, but there's no other explanation for it. So, that's my confession. Tried to get rid of the mom, failed. Miserably. I had 2 opportunities, failed. And then even more embarrassing, my second opportunity, caved to peer pressure, caved. Saddens me, but that's the truth. It's hard, people. It's hard trying to lead a revolution, the anti-mom revolution. It's hard. Okay, that's my podcast. But wait, there's more. We have to talk about a book. It's the October Q&A for the Snarky book series. Yeah, so many of you are buying books, and all I have to say is thank God, because I feel like this is the last thing someone can just rip off because it actually has a copyright all over it. So I'm very appreciative. I guess people can rip off podcasts. I mean, they're copyrighted, but I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't know. But all I'm saying is thank you so very much. Okay, 4 Seasons of Snarky. Now, the reason I wrote this book, it's short stories, is because I had written a lot of stuff that wasn't long enough to go into a book, or I'm not going to say good enough to be made into, to expand on for a book. They were just short little funny stories, and I'm like, I want people to read these. So I go, oh my God, I'm going to do 4 Seasons of Snarky, because they were, about Christmas, football games, summer, all that kind of stuff. And I love this book so much. I love it because for a lot of people, it's an entry into the world of Snarky in the Suburbs. A lot of people don't want to read a full book. They just want to read stories before they go to bed if they have a hot minute. This book is for you. It has some of my favorite stories in there. I've told you about the diaper dumper. That is absolutely hilarious. People that love my mom, you have to freaking read this, because there is a story about Little League Draft and how my mom gets involved in it, because I had a friend who you have to help me with Little League Draft. It's rigged, and leave it to my mom to insert herself into discovering if it's rigged. Super, super funny. That story is called Batter Up. So if you are wondering, I want to read her stuff, but I'm not sure. People, start out with 4 Seasons of Snarky. I would appreciate it. So if you read the program description of what's going on the podcast, there's a link to the Snarky world. Basically, you click on it. It's a link tree. It takes you to like read my books. Click on that. It's Amazon, audiobook, ebook, paperback. Now, some people ask nicely, why aren't you narrating these books? Honey, it is hard to do because not only are you reading the book, okay, you've heard me ramble. You're like, maybe you don't need to read any book. There's all the technical aspects of it, getting all that stuff right. I use a professional and I love her and she's amazing and I think she does an amazing job. And what makes me happy is when people say, I can hear your voice in my head. Like I can hear you saying this when I read your books. So that's fabulous. That makes me very happy. But y'all go out and have a great day. I'm doing this on a Friday, so the weekend is coming. I'm going to power wash again this weekend, so I'm happy. I want to power wash because my husband is an alumni, University of Texas, a huge UT football fan. They're playing Oklahoma. They're probably going to get, according to my husband's, their butts kicked. And while he's watching the game, I could just be out there with headphones on, like noise, like the huge ones like you use when you mow the lawn. Pressure washing, I don't have to hear him scream or cry or have a pouty fit. So that's how I'm spending my Saturday. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend because, as I like to say, you're fabulous. And just be thankful that there's never going to be some snarky retreat you have to go to. Oh my God. I love you too much to subject you to that. Just know that. Know that and feel good about that. Bye.